Here are the pros and cons of ordering through Azure.
What we have found. So we've now been ordering from Azure Standard for 4 months. We've had 4 orders come in, and we thought it would be a good time to give you our overall opinion of them. So the reason that we found Azure was because we were looking for a place to order bulk food from. And so that's going to be our number one pro, is they sell bulk, organic, non-GMO food. And when you buy in bulk, you get things at a really good price. So you can buy 50 pounds of oats, rice, beans.
Yeah, you did like a whole spreadsheet comparison with like VitaCost and some other places.
We used to order from VitaCost, which you can't buy in that big of quantity, but you can get groceries very cheap from. And so I would compare prices. And as far as ordering in bulk goes, Azure was by far, when we bought 12 jars of apple cider vinegar, the bottles ended up being 2 something rather than 5 something a bottle.
And then with that, another pro is the range of products that you can get.
Yeah, so a lot of people think Azure is just for groceries. And
just for rice.
Yeah, and even within groceries, you can order frozen produce, and then your normal staple foods, canned goods, and big bulk items. But they also sell stuff from household items like laundry detergent, cleaning supplies, to makeup stuff. I've bought makeup from them before that I really like. They sell seeds. You can get on their website, and they have a huge variety of things to buy from.
So this is the biggest pro for me as a guy. I don't really care about food and grocery. I mean, I love eating food and groceries, but I'm not like.
You've never done the grocery shopping.
I've never done the grocery shopping. I really don't care to plan out meals and all this kind of stuff. But as a guy, I'm very much about mission. And our whole journey of getting off of corporate tyranny and avoiding Amazon and avoiding Kroger and avoiding Walmart, Azure fits hugely into our values. They're a Christian family business who are farming organically. They're really trying to do what we would like to do. And from that point of view, it's like, wow, the mission is great. Like we're totally on board with this. They're helping us get off the food tyranny system. And for us, that's a huge pro.
Yeah. If you get on their website, you can read the story of how they began, and it is so amazing. They talk about their convictions and why they've chosen the path that they've chosen. And that was for us the seal the deal. Mm-hmm. We're going to go with them.
And this flows into one of the cons. A con that a lot of people don't like is you'll order something on their website, on their put it in your cart, maybe even pay for it. And you'll get a message saying this is not available, or they've
run out.
And a lot of people get frustrated with that because in our culture, we're so used to convenience. And our culture loves getting things now, no limits. You can get whatever you want when you want it. And part of the mission of getting out of the system that actually controls us is getting back to a lifestyle of seasonality, living within the seasons, a lifestyle of limit, putting limits on your lust, on your convenience, on your desires. Amazon, Walmart, and Kroger have artificially inflated what we can get, right? Seasonality. Oh yeah, we'll just import it from around the world. We can get it to you tomorrow. Well, the costs of that, small businesses can't match. A small business can't go and buy a ton of different things from China or from anywhere around the world to bring in and sell at low prices and then pay the huge cost of setting up a logistics infrastructure. So it's like, okay, it's part of the mission. It's part of, we understand small business. We understand seasonality. We understand limitation. And we're okay with that. Like, it's something in our life that's like, wow, it's actually refreshing to live seasonally again.
And we want Azure to be supplemental to us. We would love to get to a place, and that's where we're hoping to get to a place where we're growing our own food, we have our own storage, and Azure is for things that we can't get.
We live like this where Kroger is your food source. Walmart is your food source. But we want to get to a place where how do we get away from that? And so right now it's like, well, Azure is our food source. And going into summer, it's like, okay, we want to be our own food source. And then we supplement with Azure.
And They have said that they are working on that dynamic of things. I've heard from other people that have ordered from Azure for a while that 2020, their popularity grew a ton. And so that's when the whole demand came in, and that's when they started running out of things.
Yeah.
So Azure has addressed that and said that that's not their hopes, but I think that's where, again, you hold space for a small company.
And within that, there's great opportunity. It shows you that there's a huge market for organic food production, and it shows you that there's a huge market for organic food distribution. So instead of seeing it as a negative, it's like, okay, this is actually a huge positive, a huge win if you actually want to live in a different way to the culture.
Another pro of ordering from Azure is decision fatigue. I used to go to the grocery store 2 to 3 times a week when we lived in the city, and then when we moved out to the country, I still would go once a week. Ordering from Azure, you're placing an order once a month. And so what that allows me to do is over the course of the month, you can log into Azure and go ahead and place things in your cart. And as I think of something, I'm like, oh, I'll add it to my cart. And then the 2 days before, I sit down and I think of what meals I want to make for that month and what do I already have in stock, because we've been ordering from them for a while. We did that huge $900 order back in November. So we do have a lot of stuff already to work with. So we really haven't been ordering a whole lot from Azure each month, but it makes it so much simpler to go ahead and make my meal plan, and I'm getting all of my thoughts out then, and it saves us money on gas from having to go to the grocery store. It really does just simplify our life.
Keeps our conscience clean. You can avoid mask Nazis. And then also, like with this whole cold snap that just came through, we were like, okay, it's going to snow a foot in a day. Like, should we go get stuff at the store? And we're like, no, we've got all of our stuff we need.
We actually were like, what would we get if we went to the store?
A con that a lot of people will struggle with if they live a 9-to-5 life is the pickups. So you can order and get it shipped from Azure to your house, but that's very expensive.
Very expensive.
A more affordable way is to go to the drop-off point. Now, that time fluctuates.
Yeah, so you'll know it's the week after you place your order, and they'll usually give you an estimated time. However, it's usually about 2 days after you place your order that they'll send you an email and tell you, here's your drop-off date and time. And all 4 times it's been different from the guess that they gave you before you placed your order. And they have said that they're working on making this consistent. I think with the huge demand and more people ordering from them, they've had to try to figure out new systems, and they have said that themselves. So they're trying to work on it, but until they do, it could be problematic for people who do have set schedules.
Mm-hmm. And then alongside that, with the drop-off points, you might not have one near you. So we drive an hour to our drop-off point. You know, there may be 2-3 hours away from you is the closest drop-off, or you could start your own, but that's its own.
We don't know what that looks like.
Yeah, whatever responsibilities you have to take on to do that. So those are what we find to be the pros and cons. Obviously for us, we love it. We think it suits our life, it suits our mission, suits our values. But just as for you to see clearer what you're getting into by ordering with Azure.
And so I'll show you what we got from our order this month. So our order from this month wasn't really that big. It cost $293, but only $192 of that was groceries, and then it was $27 for shipping. So I'll show you what we got for this order. So these two were our non-food items. We're hoping to get bunnies. So we went ahead and got the organic bunny food, and that was $41 for a 50-pound bag. This is Epsom salt, so this was $49.50 for a 50-pound bag, which makes it 99 cents a pound. I've found that it's well worth it to go ahead and get the huge one. And this is the bread flour. So last month I bought that bread starter thing, and I just wasn't happy with the way the bread was turning out. I don't know if it was my skills or what. So I'm going to try doing sourdough again, and I'm going to use this flour. It's the same flour that I got last month, except I got a 25-pound bag, and it was $17.82, making it 71 cents per pound. And this guy was a mistake. I meant to order carob powder because carob doesn't have caffeine in it, and I ordered cacao powder. So this was $25 for 5 pounds, so that makes it $5 a pound, which is still a really great price. And then more coconut shreds. So this was $16.90, making it $3.30 per pound. I have been blending this up in our VITAMIX and making coconut butter. I'm not doing peanut butter right now, and so this is an awesome alternative that I add to my oats. Scott's still doing peanut butter, he's still adding that to his oats, but I've been adding the coconut butter and I love it. And then I ordered 4 more seeds, so I think this is it for our seeds this year: okra, calendula, echinacea, and nasturtium. And I'm trying this, so I haven't been doing caffeine. Yeah, this is delicious. I tried it this morning and it's really good. It's a little bit on the expensive side, so it's $4.81 for only 10 bags, but it's really nice. And then I got the 12-pack of the Merglin pizza sauce. So until we have our own tomatoes, I'm hoping this will hold us over. We usually make our own pizzas on Friday nights. And I will also use this for pasta sauces. It was $22.67 for 12 cans, so that makes it $1.89 a can. And then the jalapeno peppers are for our cheese sauce, which I'm hoping to make a video of that coming up soon. So that was $2.68. So this is our minced onion. We love this. We put this on everything. It was $10.95 for a 1 pound bag. And then we got a 10-pound box of lemons. So we do lemon in our tea every morning as our first drink. And so last month what I did with our 10-pound order to make them stretch was I went ahead and juiced them and put them in ice cube trays, and then just had a bag full of lemon ice cubes. And so we ended up just putting the ice cube in our drink in the morning. So this is the juicer that I use for our lemons. It's one of those vintage juicers, but it's so awesome because when you're juicing it, these little ridges, it catches the seeds, and then it has the little spout so you can just pour it right into your ice cube tray. And I have found this works way better what I was using, which was this guy. Yes, that's worked really well. I'll do that again this month. And we got these 3-pack of string cheese, organic, great quality. It was $13.40 for all 3 packs, making it $4.46 pack. So this is really a snack for Scott. And then also I realized that I don't really have anything on hand for like if we show up at a party or an event. So I went ahead and got this. It was $10 on sale for this summer sausage, but it's nice just to have something like this in our fridge or freezer in case we need it, because you could just slice this up, put it with some crackers and cheese, and you have a charcuterie board. And then I got 2 bags of potatoes. So the russet potatoes were $7 for 5 pounds, and then the yellow potatoes were $8 for 5 pounds. And I'm going to go ahead and sprout these, most of these, to grow in our garden. So that way next year I don't have to buy potatoes, we'll have our own. And then I did the 10-pound bag of onions, and that was $18 for 10 pounds. And this will last us 2 months at least. And then lastly, we have our cabbage again, which we will be making into sauerkraut. It was $6.35 for the 2 of these.
This is our cupboard under the stairs, and obviously your usual vacuum and everything else, but this is where we're keeping a lot of our stuff that's not in our pantry. So this is a good idea for you guys, just to encourage you to start stocking up on mason jars. There was a shortage last summer, and already we're finding that you can't find them places, so whenever we see some, we just pick up a bunch. But
so we ended up getting all of our stuff out of the small buckets into these half-gallon mason jars, and so now the only plastic that we have are the white buckets, and then the blue bucket has our homemade laundry detergent in it. Yeah, so it's pretty exciting. The system's worked really well.
Yeah. So a new addition in our life has been this weed tent that we picked up for $8 at an auction. We did not know it was a weed tent. We're just like, oh,
it was brand new.
Tent.
It was brand new. Never used. Everything was in plastic.
We looked it up online, saw, oh my gosh, it's $250 and we got it for $8. So we're super pumped. But basically,
ta-da!
There's all our little guys. So, and we picked up this plastic shelf.
At another auction. And then the LED lights.
We got at our local
hardware store. So we've got lots of tomato plants, onions, a bunch of different herbs, cabbage. We are in zone 6. So we're kind of taking a risk growing things this early, but we're hoping to have some hoop houses. Scott's going to make some hoop houses. Hoop houses?
Yeah, like little hoop with plastic over the beds.
Outside, and so we
low
figured...
tunnel, I think is what they're called.
Okay. So we'll get these guys outside probably next month. Today I repotted some of these tomatoes because, as you can see, some of them are getting a little bit leggy trying to reach for the light. So, yeah, we're really excited about the start of these.